Hey everybody. Took me a second to kind of get things rolling. I'm here. I don't know how well you can hear me. I have a mask on and my glasses are all fogged up, so here we go. Looks like everybody's pretty much made it inside. If you are here, please make sure that you comment so I know that you're watching. As I make my way inside, it's really dark. Alright, here we go.
Sunday. Tomorrow we have a meeting there. So we'll leave it on during the meeting and we'll check to see.
Yeah.
Oh, none of them.
I mean, it should have showed itself rather quickly.
Yeah.
Do you think I should just sit right here?
Oh, yeah.
I know you don't mind, but someone else might. I can't see crap.
What's wrong with you?
I can't see crap. Microphone, guys.
Hmm?
Well, this will work out if I could just sit here. I switched my glasses all up, didn't I? I really thought I would just go back out to the car to watch.
I keep an eye on the place.
Where's Anthony and A now?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
You should be rolling in any time, I would think.
Stay right there.
No, there's nothing that says I can't have one of those. I'm just bypassing her before. This is pretty big.
That was not very nice, Mother.
Have you got that thing rolling already?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
You know it.
That's the reason for
It's just audio, there's no video.
Tell me I don't whisper your voice.
No video, just audio.
Well, yes, you can.
I'm too close up on your business.
You work for the government.
What's that? I suppose Chris told y'all about Saturday,
Well, if it helps if you need parts, she's full for
Everybody's just contributed.
I was more worried about the action than the afterwards.
There wasn't any.
I think that's something to be thankful over, that there was no broken pipes there, because there should have been. There should have been.
There should have been, that's what I said. There should have been broken pipes. That's what
I guess rather fix them. I don't know.
Hi, Hank.
Hi. No
I
idea
don't
what
want
you
to
got
go
here.
around like this.
Furnace is working okay then.
Chris said as soon as you called the guy, he knew what he was doing. It was fixed.
Good luck.
Well, it wouldn't have been if we hadn't run and got the part.
You can hear it?
That's what he said.
That's my idea to explain the thing. We went and got the part.
Okay.
Sounds like, oh, that's all right.
$5. If they install they're only $5. It's gonna be $310. I paid $128 for the diagnosis. They pay for his fuel and whatever. So I'm like, I said, why don't you just give me the part number, I'll buy my own and I'll put it in, just show me where it is. No. Yeah, I mean, there is a thing here though that says,
If I get up and walk out, or you'll be back in for
status update on plan committee commission and personnel committee to conduct an interview.
Great. Yeah.
Where's the secretary?
Never worry about you.
Legislation.
No.
Got a bunch of claims.
Oh, Maisie got done today.
What?
Maisie got done today.
Okay, well, that's different.
I didn't do her. I had Joanna do her.
Lucy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
Hey, Ben, eh?
Good. I'll send you my
Good.
This is what we're working on.
I know she's
Linking and stuff.
No, I'm just saying.
This is
Yeah, I'm going to introduce yourself.
Must be the one.
He's two.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good thing you're in the back.
Trouble always sits in the back, they say. So she gets it honestly.
Yes.
Honest.
I was going to ask on my marriage anniversary.
Everybody doesn't know when
What
this
is
thing
it?
starts.
Yeah.
Lord, are you there? Come on out. Yep. I'm spending money in the borough, not taking it. Yeah, these are bad things.
I think it's
required by law.
They're not doing anything to the
This isn't it.
I hope you're ready.
Always.
Are we late?
Right.
Borough Council, check for it. And sign that as well. No financial like that.
Okay, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
and do a roll call. Gordy, Chilson?
Here.
Bob Penzone, I'm here. Michelle?
Here.
Cleo? Here. Cindy?
Here,
Hank?
Here.
Mansell?
he'll be here later, I think, maybe.
Chris?
Here.
Mary Beth here?
Yeah, she's in her office. Trying to get some bills around.
Oh, we need her to take minutes.
Yeah, you can take minutes.
Sorry.
Alright, so, everybody, first up is the approval of prior regular minutes. January 3rd, 2023, they're in your packet here. So, please look through them. And when we're ready, we'll entertain a motion to approve, the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for the January 3rd meeting.
Second it.
January 3rd.
Cleo made a motion to accept the minutes as presented, and it was seconded by Michelle. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Gordy?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
No.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell's absent. What's that, 5-2? Motion carried.
5-1.
5-1.
Alright, motion carried. Alright. Payment of bills.
We don't have the bills, do we?
You don't need copies. Just for the envelope, we'll go through.
Is there a summary sheet or?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So you got a summary sheet?
I didn't, that's what I was quick.
Okay, alright. So we don't have a summary sheet. Why don't we pass the bills around then, I guess? And we'll take a look at them.
Utilities. These are all utilities.
Faster.
Utility paint.
Yeah.
Diversified technology, what was that?
That's for software.
Okay.
That does.
Oh, okay.
I'm impressed.
good with it.
Thanks. Any questions so far on the bill?
Not so far.
Yeah, we'll find a split from here. Can you see them?
Yep.
Here's the one.
Very often you get a wildfire in January.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Mike? Not too bad. Mailing 7, 6 and quarters in a bell.
Something late.
We get the audit back?
I don't believe so.
I make a motion for payment of bills.
Michelle made a motion to pay the bills. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Cleo second the motion. Any further discussion? Questions, comments? Okay, roll call vote. Gordy?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansel's absent. 6-1. Or sorry, 6-0. Motion carried. Maybe we can start signing those here too, the check signers. Okay, public comments, agenda items. I believe there's a agenda that went around, I think, right? Did you have one for the floor?
Yeah.
If not, we can get you a copy here, so. Public comments on the agenda of items.
What was the cost for the Cherry Street repair?
Cost for the Cherry Street repair was the question. I don't have the,
It's not on the agenda.
totals
It's under a
here.
bill.
Did we get the invoices for that yet? Fair enough?
No.
Okay.
What was done? Was it the leak?
What's that?
Was it the leak?
Yeah, the water main leak we had on Cherry Street.
And can we get the cones out of Cherry Street, please? Makes it hard for the bus to get down through there, garbage truck, regular vehicles without driving in the neighbor's property.
Yeah, there's quite a trench there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to look into it to see if we need to add more to fill or it settled some, did it?
No.
No, it didn't so.
No.
Okay.
And on that subject,
Yeah.
because it falls under Public Works, Streets and Regs, I would like to know why after I called, it took an hour. Well, no, I'm sorry. Took 45 minutes for DEP to get a phone call from a representative from the borough. I would also like to know why there's no emergency contact on the Borough, answering machine. Let's see, why we have water department employees that can't fix anything in an emergency, and we have to hire at least 4 outside contractors to do it.
Who were the 4 outside contractors that we hired, Bob?
We don't have any certified operators.
We had two contractors on site that I was aware of, 2 workers.
So then why did we have,
John Barnes was the only one that was called in.
so then why did John Barnes, Jeremy was there, another, gentleman that was spreading salt that isn't a Borough employee, and then you had Mr. Penner there putting the gravel in the hole when we had a Borough employee standing there watching him. And I have pictures of it.
Oh, the guy spreading salt was in case somebody froze
Why
up
couldn't
and
our
stuff.
Borough employee do it, Chico?
I don't know, we don't have the salt, right? That was an emergency
They've been
call.
salting the streets every day.
Our,
So
Every
did
time
you-
it needed it, they've
so
been
did you
salting.
I don't know
not-
how big it was gonna
Did
be.
you not want the salt spreader to go on the road to salt?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the guy
I
that was
mean-
walking down the sidewalk with
Right.
a handheld salt spreader. Why doesn't the Borough have it? You have to have it for out here. You have salt on the sidewalks out there, or on the stairwell. So why couldn't he have done that instead of having to pay an outside person to do it?
No answer.
And why wasn't there a boil water advisory given out until 11 o'clock the next morning?
To a few. You didn't get
The
one.
O&M was followed to a T.
Did you get one?
DEP was satisfied. When you're reading the emails, everything was satisfied.
Yeah, so basically, the water was shut off to Cherry Street and Center Street, and there was 12 houses, and they were notified.
No,
They were
no,
notified
they
the
weren't
next
notified the next day we were.
They were notified that night, we went
No,
to
they
work.
were
Not
not.
notified that
You
night,
didn't-
because
Okay.
my father never got a notification
These
until
houses
the next
banged
day.
on, the dog barked at the door, okay, no one came to the door. There were employees that went around, I watched them do it. We went to the houses,
And
we
so did I. I
notified,
was standing there all night, Robert. I stood right next to
I
you
don't know
all
what to say.
night.
the house was banged on, okay?
Can't help it if they don't answer the door.
The boil water
You weren't
advisory
even
was
there,
issued,
Michelle.
we did
You
the,
never even
we
showed
did
up.
the 2 tests to, for a negative bacterial, and the advisory was lifted. Any other questions?
Well, you haven't answered any of them,
Satisfied,
so
they filed the O&M right to the
apparently it's just gonna fall on that.
So you asked me the cost of the Cherry Street repair, can the cones be removed, why did it take an hour to get DP on the phone, why no
Why did
emergency
it take
number
over
on
an
the
hour
answering
for a council
machine?
member to show
Why
up?
not spread salt ourselves, and why not a boil water advisory until the next day? I got your questions, we'll
Well,
work on an answer.
Why didn't the council member show up when it was reported to you? Why did Michael, our water department employee, say, when I was on the phone with Mark Actuella, I talked to him before anybody from the borough did, 2 people did. Why did he say, when I said, are you gonna shut the water off? Well, I have to get clearance from DEP. And I'm on the phone with Mark.
Bob, we went through the chain of command with the licensed operator.
That's right.
That's right.
And it took an hour to do that.
In an emergency?
Shut the water off. That's exactly
You're
what
kidding
Mark
me.
That's not
said.
what you do.
That's
No, you
exactly
don't.
what
Not
Mark
what you do.
said.
No, you don't.
So you're telling me Mark Actuella, DEP,
I'm telling you, you need to
Pennsylvania
notify him.
DEP gave me bad information when
No,
he
I'm
said,
telling you,
shut the water off.
I'm telling you, we notify the operator, and we do what the operator says.
Who was the operator?
And it took an
Who
hour.
was the operator?
Who was the operator?
Apex in Pittsburgh. They can't see the leak. They can't see the road dipping. When Mark Actuella, Pennsylvania DEP, told me on the phone, tell them to shut the water off. And then he didn't even know where the water shut off was. And still, no council member on site.
When was this?
Holy cow, Michelle.
Thursday.
Really? It was the
Thursday?
27th.
I'm sorry, I
Sorry,
work
sorry,
for a
sorry,
living.
sorry.
So do I.
It was at 4:30 in the afternoon, and we were without water till after almost 7 o'clock.
Okay, well, I work till 7 PM, so I'm
Okay,
sorry.
now-
The cones have
Okay.
been there ever since.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
You still didn't answer.
Any other questions or comments? Anybody else have any other questions or comments?
Just be aware that I have sent the timeline as well as the pictures from the leak to DEP and EPA.
Okay. Any other comments, questions from the floor concerning agenda items?
I would like to know, and this is part of building enforcement, why we can have a meeting in this building when it's not ADA compliant.
That question was asked, I think, 2 months ago or a month ago.
Under Title III, which I have right here if you'd like to read it, the building needs to be ADA compliant, and it's not.
Why isn't it? What is not?
Well, let's see, your doorways don't mean the minimum, measurements. You don't have fire alarm suppression systems, you have no signage, you have one means of egress out of the building should there be a fire.
There is two.
There is
There's a ramp.
one out of this room,
The roof-
Cleo.
The doors are 36 inches, all required.
They are
for
not
handicap.
36 inches, I just measured them, cause I had a tape measure with me. You have the wrong handles on the doors, you don't have any kind of fire suppression system, so why are we in this building? Because if I remember correctly, when I was on council, we wanted to use this building for a planning commission. And Mr. Penzone reminded us that it is not ADA compliant. So how did that change? And I'm sure it's in the meeting minutes somewhere, if they had it just
Are we
mentioned
talking
to
about the
disappear.
basement?
I'm talking about the building at all. It's not ADA compliant, so how can you hold a meeting here? And I have measurements of everything. I took them tonight when I came in.
Moving on. Thank you for your comment.
Okay, so we're
We
just
can't
gonna,
hear what he's saying.
we're
To be
gonna,
fair, I've given you 9 minutes. So,
we're gonna.
any other
ignore the
comments?
ADA compliant, okay.
All right, department reports, fire department reports. We got a copy of that here in your packet, front and back.
Yeah, 15 calls for the month of January. As far as classes and trainings, we had the county meeting, fire department meeting, an F500 phone class over in Wellsboro. Lithium battery classes seem to be a hot topic right now. We had some joint RIP training, which is rapid intervention training with Elkland and Tioga. We had our yearly hazmat class on Sunday. As far as fire trucks and apparatus, or equipment and apparatus, sorry, 8-2 we got back from Ward's. 8-3 still down there, so it's been down there a month and a week. We bought it 2.5 years ago. We have Brindley Mountain involved because there's some warranty work, and since that's where we bought it, we had to get them involved. We're not taking it to Alabama to get fixed. Patrol truck, there's no issues. The tanker, there's no issue. The driver's side mirror on the squad was fixed. As far as our activities, we're still doing the online raffles. We're looking to do a gun bingo in April. Applying for the Kreger grant, applying for the state grant. We're applying for the Knoxville Deerfield Trust grant. And we did get denied from the 2021 FEMA grant. So we got that 2 weeks ago.
Thank the fire department for
Yes.
bringing the bikes down. for the
No problem.
Yes.
Water leak.
No problem. I wasn't there, I was working,
Good
sorry.
system.
So,
Yes, they did a great job.
thank Jody Fisher, because Jody's the one that kind of gave them to the fire department for easy access to other people.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Mayor's report.
Yeah, the one thing I got is for the website. Any update on the website, Mary Beth?
Yeah, it's going quite well. I think it might be up in operation next week.
Nice.
Nice.
That's my big thing, Bob. I just want to make sure that gets on because when people make comments on it,
Right.
concerns, we can post
Okay.
everything up. So.
Right.
So let's also take a look at the street down there, just see if it's settled or not settled. We'll figure out what the cones there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments?
That's all I got.
Police report. We also have a copy of that. And a rep.
I don't have the December one with me, but you all have copies of that one there. I did bring tonight the ones for January. First 2 pages are totals. As you can see, page 2 shows 1,380 miles for the month of January. If you flip to page 3 and 4, you'll see highlights that are the calls that we handled within the Lawrenceville Borough.
That mileage, that was township and borough, right?
What's that?
That mileage was covering township and the borough?
Yeah, that's,
Total.
yeah, all three entities. Yeah, we didn't put 1,300 in the borough, no.
I didn't think so.
Okay, any questions, comments? All right, thank you. Ambulance Association. Do you have a rep from ambulance? I don't think there's a report in the,
I didn't see one.
sorry about, there wasn't a, anybody from the ambulance? Okay, moving along, library, anybody from the library?
Yeah, right here.
All right,
This past month was a pretty busy month. We had lots of physical changes occurred inside the building. We had lots of cleaning and moving books and bookcases and painting and getting rid of outdated computer equipment. Thanks, Hank. And thank you to all the volunteers. The library's also been used for a couple of meetings. We have library meetings there now and the planning commission meetings. You know, to get that started, we had, I think, 1 or 2, maybe 2. And many events are being scheduled and worked on for 2023 in conjunction with the local church, the Lions Club, the Planning Commission, the Fire Department, etc. I don't know if you heard this past Saturday, we came to the library and it was very cold in there, and we knew it was cold the night before, and Jackie, the volunteer, I asked her if she'd turn the heater up, and she said yes. And anyway, make a long story short, the heater died overnight or whatever, and we had no heat, and the pipes were frozen to the point where the water in the toilet bowl was slushy. It wasn't frozen solid, but it was slushy. Anyway, we had, fortunately there were already a couple of men there. I think by the end of the day we had 17 people do something there, even was just offer support. And Anthony was there, Carrie was there, Jessica, Adriana, Barry was there, and others. And Cindy stopped by, yep. And it was phenomenal. And fortunately, it had a positive ending because Larry Barnes finally came over too, and everybody had sort of like prepped all the work for it. And then it just needed a little magic touch, and it was Chris, Angie's husband, who figured out to take one screw off and made it work. Anyway, so everybody contributed, and it was really awesome. So we had heat, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock, and then everybody, there were probably 5 or 6 space heaters that everyone went home and got, and we came back, left there at I think 5 o'clock or so, and came back like at 8 or 9, and my husband Al dared to turn the water on, and it was fine. We turned it off again, and checked it twice Sunday, and I think tomorrow we have a meeting there at 6:30. I think at that point we'll leave the water running while we're there so we can see if it's gonna not have leaks. So anyway, thank you to everybody, and all the villagers came out and helped, which was from Minecraft. So everybody did their part, and it turned out great. So yeah, so stay tuned. There's lots more coming.
okay, any other?
Oh, I forgot to mention the Krager grant. That's almost all together, and I've been working on that, and I got some final quotes today, and I just have to put it together. I'm gonna have a couple people look at it. But I'm asking for 2 new floors, windows, some jacks to jack up one part of the house, and or at least stabilize it. And anyway, I'm asking for about $4,000. So wish us
Okay.
luck. Everything when I forget.
All right, thank you. Appreciate all the commitment from the community at making our library work. Building enforcement zoning officer, I don't think there's any update there. That's tabled. Public works, streets and streets and dikes. Any update there? Okay, we'll move on there. Parks and Recreation, kinda cold out. Any update there? All right, personnel and appointments. Any update there?
I have a question.
Oh, hang on a minute. Personnel and appointments. Anything there, Gordy?
Just,
You there?
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the only thing is on the planning commission, when we get to that, we need to, set up, interviews, maybe in the future here on, interviewing those people by the personnel committee.
We don't interview.
Okay.
We're appointed.
All right, any other comments, personnel and appointments? Water and sewer. Any update from the Water and Sewer Committee?
We got the door on the new door on the sewer plant, I think since the last meeting.
Oh, yes, the overhead door at the sewer plant's been replaced. Also, for those who aren't aware, we did a water leak on Friday of last week. And we fixed that the same day, so I appreciate everybody's help, getting that pulled together. So, yeah.
Can we get, back in October, Apex gave us like a little paragraph of everything they did or noticed or whatever. Can they go back to doing that?
Yep.
Just so we know what's.
Yep.
Testing and all that good stuff.
All right. Old business. Updated and posted, this is informational, I guess. Updated and posted the EDU official list as of the January 3 meeting. I believe it's on the bulletin board there. Am I right?
Where you're breathing hard.
Okay. So just some follow-up to the last meeting. There was a question of how to get on the EDU list. Basically, you come to the meeting or send a letter, and the council makes a motion to add you to the list. That's so there's a record of it in the minutes, and that's basically the process. So appreciate that getting updated. Any questions on that from the council there? If not, we'll move into the zoning officer. Right, update on the status of our zoning officer. Have we received any resumes? No resumes have been received. Is the ad only ran, you know, Gordy, do you know if the ad ran once or was it multi-week?
I didn't run the ad. I don't know who ran the ad, but I assume it was run just 1 week, but we should run the ad again.
So somebody wanna make a motion, we run the ad, for a zoning officer. Is one time sufficient between now and next month, or we wanna run it a couple times? Council?
I would say a couple.
I make a motion, we advertise for zoning officer at least twice between now and the resumes back in by the, what is it, March meeting, I don't know what the date is.
Alright, Cleo made a motion to advertise for a zoning officer at least twice between now and the next meeting. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Seconded by Michelle. Any further discussion on that one? Roll call vote. Gordy?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Cancel that. All yes, motion carried. So we'll have to pull the previous ad there, Mary Beth, and we'll get that out and run it again. Okay. Status update on Planning Commission Committee and Personnel Committee to conduct interview. what do we need to do here on this? I guess we just need to get it scheduled.
There's somewhere.
We got a, yeah, we
At
got a
the
list here
January
somewhere.
third meeting, you already put us, Terry, Lucy, and I, as the planning committee. It should be in the minutes.
We were appointed, we're not.
We were appointed.
We didn't vote on it.
Yes,
so I
you
remember.
did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Is that last month?
Yeah, January was last
Year.
It
Three
was,
names were on the list, that were presented to us last month.
No,
And
it was
then
voted
during
on.
the month, some of the names came in, and so we need to set up with the personnel committee on set up a time to interview these people.
no, they're
and,
appointed.
They're appointed.
They're appointed.
You don't interview them, they've never been interviewed.
Never been
No.
interviewed.
It
Never
just
been
says,
appointed.
the minutes just say committees,
Geez, it sounds like you don't want us to be on
planning
it.
committees, that's all it says. There's no vote on it.
It was under public discussion at the last month meeting. We first talked about zoning officer
It's
and
not
the
in the minutes.
planning committee.
It's not in the minute.
Why isn't it in the minutes?
I don't
have
know.
it. Why
I'm
isn't
just
it in the
telling you,
minutes?
it's not in the minutes.
We all have it in our notes and we have it on tape.
Yeah, but she couldn't put it in the minutes? Are you kidding?
Listen, I'm just telling you, I'm reading it off from the minutes. It says planning committee, Lucy Losi, Terry Gleason, Jessica Barron. That's all it says.
Okay.
We were
So
appointed.
let's dig back and figure out what's going on. I don't have my notes from the last, you have any notes from the last?
I don't.
Bob,
Yes.
I believe, as the president, I asked, was anybody interested in being on the, planning commission? And those three people give us their names, and since then Terry Gleason brought in a list of other names. And what we need to do is to, sit down a schedule when we can interview these people.
There's no interview, it's
And
appointing.
for the
It's
personnel
appointing.
committee,
Please get your
and
language
then we'll
correct.
put
We've never
together some
interviewed
questions,
before.
and we'll interview those people and
There's no
determine
interview.
who's gonna be appointed and not be appointed.
Hank is also one of them. There's no appointing. Remember, you wanted to join the planning committee as well.
Yeah,
There's no interview, it's appointment.
yeah.
There's no interview.
Volunteer.
It's not even on here, that's what I'm calling
They're appointed to the committee, Bob.
Thank you,
Yeah,
there
I
you go,
agree.
they're appointed.
At the discretion of the borough, right, of the council.
Yeah, and
That answered that question, didn't it?
Sure
I mean,
did.
all are, right?
they all should be interviewed and then.
No interview.
Never
It's appointment.
interviewed
There's
before.
no interview.
They've
It says
never,
it in the Pennsylvania State Association of Borough Handbook, if you would like to read it.
All right, I would, so let's table this so I can read that.
You'd like to read it? I haven't.
That sounds good, Bob. I'll make a motion to table it.
I'll second it.
Appointed to the, appointed, that was it.
Michelle, second, roll call vote. The motion was tabled to next
I'm
meeting.
going to.
Seconded by Michelle, roll call vote. Gordy,
Yes.
myself, yes. Michelle,
Yes.
What's there to
Cleo.
table? I
Yes.
don't understand. What's there to table?
Cindy,
No.
Hank.
What do you table?
No.
Okay,
You don't want
get 3-3.
I wanna know
What's
why
the
was
three?
it, why do we have to be interviewed? It's appointment.
Can you guys, hang
Is there an
on, hang on.
explanation? I'm asking a question, it's on
There's
the
a question.
agenda.
We don't have to be. We're already on it.
What's that?
What was the vote?
It was, myself, yes.
4-2.
Gordy, yes. Michelle, yes. Cleo, yes. 4-2. Motion carried. All right, new business. Council members and borough employees to complete statement of financial interest form. There's no action to take on that so I guess that's just informational. I thought I saw it in your
It's
packet
in your
here.
packet there, yeah.
I think the deadline for that is May, maybe a little bit sooner, so get them in.
That's for the
to
year
Maribel.
22.
Have they been circulated to the borough employees?
Yes.
They have, okay. All right, next item here is resolution traffic signal maintenance agreement. That's in your packet too. this a new item or a,
That's a new, it doesn't read really the way that the state wants it to read. And it talks about new equipment, but it's all equipment. And they want a resolution for everybody that has traffic signals and that kind of equipment to sign a resolution. I believe you have to state who is your repair person and whatever.
okay, so do we currently have an agreement and we're just renewing it, or is this something new?
Well, the company in Montoursville is who does our maintenance, and we probably should mention their name and renew with them in the resolution.
Okay, so you guys find it in your packet here? There's a resolution.
I think there's a sample resolution in the packet.
There's a resolution here, sample resolution, and then a letter from DEP, and then there's application for traffic signal approval packet. It looks like there's several pages here. So. Find it, Eder. That was.
Trans review, I think, some thick packet.
Did you guys find it?
It's all the way at the bottom. Got it. It's all the way, this is all the way at the bottom. Keep on going, so you get more. There's like two from the bottom.
So the letter from DEP, this letter is being sent to all municipalities that own traffic signals, including electronic traffic warning devices. A new traffic signal maintenance agreement using standard language approved by PennDOT. Office of Chief Counsel shall be fully executed regardless of funding source prior to the installation of the first traffic signal or any modification to a traffic signal within a municipality requiring a revision to the traffic signal permit if the permit E has not already executed and updated the agreement. I believe that's the case. Do you know, Gordy, we own the signals up?
We own the signals in the control boxes, and what PennDOT explained to me is the wording is not quite right. The wording kind of talks about new equipment, but it's all equipment, and that they want it in common language, all the same. And I believe if she contacts PennDOT, they will give us a sample resolution just to put our name on it, and then the company that does the repairs, and we'll be good to go, get the resolution passed between now and next month.
So we have a resolution here now, is this not correct
I
then?
have it. The resolution is the one that they sent you?
I don't know, Mary Beth, is this the one they sent us, or?
Yes,
Yes?
that's not for you to sign.
Okay.
Yep. I just fill in the blanks and adopt it.
Okay.
So Bob, do we have to just do a resolution, or do we have to do a contract and a resolution?
Let's see here.
Bob,
Yes.
why don't we table that, and between now and the next meeting, we'll get that sorted out instead of wasting time this evening.
I agree, I'm trying to see here if there's a deadline or something. You know if there's any timing with this, Mary Beth? I don't see any timing. Is the board, feel we have enough information to make a decision, or you wanna table this?
awful lot of reading, can't read.
There's a lot of reading here, 20-some pages.
I think we should take.
Someone wanna make a motion, we table it then?
I'll make a motion
Yeah,
to
we
table
don't
it.
have the correct contract.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we know.
Oh, yes.
I'll second it, Bob.
You wanna make that motion, Cindy?
Yeah, I make a motion we table it. I just don't wanna sign the old, the new, the.
Alright, Cindy made a motion to table, either Gordy or Michelle seconded,
I did.
Michelle seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Gordy,
Yes.
myself, yes. Michelle,
Yes.
Cleo,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
okay, all yeses, motion carried. Alright. Next item on the agenda is Borough office hours of operation and services. I think that's in your packet at the end, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Those hours were set a couple years ago, and I think this is just information.
Okay.
It's right here.
Oh, so we have them on the door there too, or something.
This is here.
Alright. So we just can move on there then, so everybody has a copy,
Yep.
so, okay. Alright, Tom Howe, 43 State Street, second water meter.
Thank you. The notes that you had there from August 2020, where the council, if I may read them, this was exception to the ban by myself, Tom Howe. Tom Howe presented council with documentation that the property located at 43 State Street was 4 rental units with 1 meter. The property currently has 2 units, and I was requesting a second water meter. Motion was made by then Councilman Gleason and seconded by Councilman Odell to approve my request to notify the DEP. This qualifies exception to the ban. And a roll call vote was made, and all was in favor, and the motion was carried. I have a copy of my canceled check from the borough, my $150 deposit for 43 State Street, and it has the borough's stamp on it that it was deposited. And due to a financial setback with a family issue, I just got around to the point where I need it, and I went to the secretary and notified her, and the water guy says I can't do that. My understanding was that back then it was approved by you guys as accepting the ban. The DEP, Dan Thetford, was emailed with that decision, and I was under the assumption that because there was 4 units and I went to 2 units, I wanted it fair. I wanted everybody to pay the base rate, and they weren't doing it. And all I'm requesting is the motion that was made there by the council under the recommendation of the DEP. I just need my second water meter. I understand I have to use the same sewer line. That's what they told me, and which I have no problem with that. But I'm ready for a second meter. Is what I'm looking at. There's no more water for say being used. It's
You're not hooking up. You're not a new place hooking in.
No. There was 4 units in this when I bought it. I converted it to 2.
Mm-hmm.
4 units were using 1 water meter.
And you
So
just want.
I just want a meter for each house. For the base rate being paid by one and the base rate being paid by the other. And Mr. Chilston's the only one I could get a hold of because I happen to have his number because he texted me once. And he said that it couldn't be done he didn't even recall these minutes in being approved. And Mary Beth, or I think I got her name right.
Yeah.
You did.
We did. I told her what month it was. She looked them right up, made a copy, and that's what you were presented with.
So just check your packet. There should be a copy of the minutes. I think it's right at the end, or like 2 pages in from the end.
I'm not asking for anything more. I'm just really asking for that second meter that was approved in the August 2020 meeting.
So it's basically in the middle of the page. It says exemption to ban Tom Howe. Tom Howe presented council with documentation that the property located at 43 State Street was 4 rental units with 1 meter. currently has 2, and Tom is requesting a second, so that's basically what you read off.
Yeah.
So, just so everybody's aware here at the table, there's the, and this was from what year?
August 2020.
Are you getting charged per unit? How many bills are you getting charged minimum?
I need, the one's not rented. I need a water meter in before I can rent it.
But weren't you, if you had 4 units, were you getting charged 4 minimums?
They were vacant when I bought it because they decided to cook some drugs there, and
Yeah,
I
I know the
redone
house
it.
well.
And they were getting charged one
But
water
since
meter.
then, till this time?
Since then, I've taken 2 apartments out of it. There's one of them rented, which has its own meter, which they pay. And I'm requesting for the second apartment a meter for right again. It'd be two meters. It'd be 2 payments. It'd be one for each meter. And my whole thing was, it was just all being shared on one. I haven't shared one since I've owned it. But I'm just requesting a second one, that way you have your...
Sewer hookup is only the same as it was, right?
Yeah, it's completely the same. I've remodeled a little bit inside to make it a little safer and more comfortable, but, yeah.
So what was the question?
Well, if he had 4 units, and we went to that thing where everybody that had a unit got billed, do you know what I'm saying?
This has been a few years ago, so this is...
Well, that's the other part that worries me, that's part 2. If you have all these units, like Haslin's has, they get minimums, and that's why I was trying to work with, he was paying minimums, so it's just another meter. But if he hasn't had these on for that long, can you actually add to it?
I have an email from Dan Thedford. It says, as we discussed, this is from Mr. Thedford, as we discussed, the Chapter 94 regulations allow replacement of discharge as an exception to the ban. Technically speaking, we should get a request in writing, or email is fine, from the Lawrenceville Borough so that we can approve the exception to the ban as well. And he sent me the link, and what I presented to you before you all had packets, all the information that showed there was 4 addresses, there was it was 4 separate units.
How long ago was this?
2020, I'm afraid.
See, after 2 years, I was told that it's.
Well, the water meter was supposed to be put in quite prompt, and the water guy said it's over to the plant. I'll bring it over. He never did, and obviously he doesn't work here. And the next guy had no idea. In Mike's defense, he has no idea.
Yeah, so the issue is we approved this
Yes.
as a council, right, back in August 2020, and there was a delay. Now what does the council need to do here?
They need the council's already made a decision. What he needs now is to, if he has not paid the deposit on the second unit, pay the deposit and start servicing him the water.
Copy that check right there.
He did pay.
With their stamp.
So, Gordy, did you hear the comment? So basically, he paid his deposit, and we'll just have to get in the water meter then, right?
Issue him the meter, and he's because he's gone from 4 EDUs to 2 EDUs, which is not an increase, it's a decrease.
I'll make a motion.
I don't think we need a motion, I think that's just more informational decision.
Okay, I mean, it's already in here.
It's already been passed.
We already approved it.
So we're gonna have Mike go up there.
All right, I see what you're saying. Let someone make a motion and issue Michael issue a meter and second it, and then we'll vote on it.
I'll make a motion for Michael to issue a meter.
We already did it.
So the point is, it's instructing our employee to actually do it.
Do it. Right.
So Michelle made a motion to issue a meter to Tom. Is there a second?
Have Michael issue the meter, yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, seconded by Hank. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote. Gordy?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
No, I don't have enough information.
Hank?
Yeah, like my brother.
Okay, motion carried.
You gotta have a copy of that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you get a copy of that too?
Well,
If not, let's-
yeah.
I'm sure it's here somewhere.
I'll get it. What do you want from the DEP?
Just whatever documentation you have there, please get a copy of it before you leave.
Sure can.
Thank you very much.
So let us know if it don't get done this month.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
As long as someone knows. As long as someone knows, we're good.
Okay, yes.
We have one more issue with Tom before he leaves. But, he has sold the house on Mechanic Street, and those people, I believe, have paid the deposit, and we need to return Tom's deposit.
I think he already got that, didn't he?
No,
It's a different issue, right?
I didn't get a refund for that. I don't care. I sold the house, and I'm not worried about that. But thank you for the consideration.
We already have his deposit, Bob.
I mean, that's standard procedure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That's right.
Can I donate it back to the water department? There's no need for a deposit. I understand.
Library. Go to the library.
I don't think the borough takes, deposits, we take grants, but
I think.
he can give it to whatever charity. he
All right,
wants.
do whatever you
Make
like
it
to
easier
do.
for us to take the money back, right?
Okay, anything else, Tom?
No, thank you.
No.
All right, you're welcome, thank you. All right. Lawrenceville unclaimed funds from the state of Pennsylvania. Okay, is there anything in the packet here?
Gordy's the one that.
Okay, Gordy, you wanna give a,
I was researching the unclaimed funds in the state of Pennsylvania, and I ran across the unclaimed funds for Lawrenceville Borough, and I investigated that, and it comes back that it's over $100, and the papers needed notarized, that means it's over $5,000. And if I was claiming this money for myself, I could claim it, but by claiming it for the borough, we need a letter. We need a letter from the solicitor to appoint, myself or whoever else to do the paperwork to receive the unclaimed funds for the borough. And I have filled out the paperwork, and, it's ready to go, and I emailed, a set of the documents to the borough or to Bob or somebody, and if they're not right there, they should be there, but, anyway, if, I can finish the project and I can get the borough the unclaimed funds, but I need a letter from the solicitor, I need the approval for the solicitor to, say that I am the person that is the, doing the paperwork for the borough. And the paperwork has been filled out, and I had my name notarized, and hopefully we get the money.
No, we have.
okay, so someone wanna make a motion to authorize Gordy to handle the unclaimed funds?
And for the solicitor to write the state of Pennsylvania, the letter, which he will do if he is appointed to do that. By the borough, approved to do that by the borough.
I'll make that motion. Money to be sent to the borough office.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's, everything's in the borough's name.
That's like.
Or a solicitor can't do that in one step?
No, there needs to be a representative.
Recommendation
Yeah,
from the
borough
council to
representative.
So the borough representative has to be, addressed by the solicitor as the person that's handling it.
There you go.
Is there a second?
I
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so Cleo made a motion to authorize Gordy to handle the unclaimed funds.
Letter be sent to the solicitor, the approval of council
The
president.
solicitor write the letter to the state of Pennsylvania saying that I am handling the unclaimed funds, situation.
And Michelle seconded. Any further discussion? Okay,
Where'd it come from?
roll call
Where'd the
vote.
money come from? Where'd the money come from?
Gordy?
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
What?
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Cindy? Hank?
Yes.
All right. Motion carried.
So we need to draft a letter to the attorney. With the phone bill.
Does that help with his bathroom? He's getting it on free, isn't he?
Okay, scheduled date for flushing of fire hydrants in the borough.
That should be handled by the, water and sewer committee, Bob.
Okay, I don't even know where that came from.
So flushing the hydrants is handled by the water and sewer committee, not the fire department, correct? Just for clarification for
Where
everyone.
did that come from, Bob?
We don't need my hydrant flushed.
Okay, so, yeah, things have changed here a little bit, right? We lost a lot of water, so,
Yeah, but DEP has said in the past that the water was brown and everything, and it wouldn't be as brown if we flushed it more.
we just flushed in April, right?
Yeah, so we should do it quarterly or even.
No, it's,
Cherry's
annual
was
is
flushed last week.
what our documentation says.
We were flushed last week.
Once a year?
Depending on.
Then somebody needs to talk to Mark Actuella, because he's the one that said it from the leak, that it's not being flushed enough.
That's why we're gonna table it, and we'll discuss it on Thursday.
With the operator, right?
Is this gonna be a public meeting?
We are, I mean, I've been after that question for a while.
The owner, the operation manual is annual or is directed by the,
Yep.
the operator, so.
One of them is the document.
Okay. All right, any other new business? If so, we gotta add it. All right, public discussion.
I would like to know which water bill I'm supposed to pay.
Yes, we got three
And-
also.
And why, my payment didn't reflect when it's the duty of the treasurer, which is the secretary, to receive all money due to the borough and deposit the money promptly in a designated depository in the same name of the borough. My payment was made January 9th. I have a receipt for it, and it's not on any one of these three bills. And oh, by the way, I'm not the only one that, our bills are 3 days different, from 12/16 to 1/16, and from 12/19 to 1/16.
But they're all postmarked the same day.
And somehow I used 1,000 gallons. And then when I called the secretary and said, I'd like to talk about my water bill, I'll call you back. That's what I got.
I'm sorry, no, I did not say. What is your name?
Yes, you did.
What is your-
Diana Lewis. I called you Friday.
And
I called you at
called you back.
2:30.
Okay,
You did not.
okay.
I have my phone right
Alright.
here that you would have
Alright.
called.
So I'm assuming, hang on, Gordy. So I'm
We
assuming.
also got 3 bills.
So I'm
Everybody
assuming-
in town did.
Okay, I understand. So I'm
I
assuming-
don't think you do.
pay.
If you're gonna have a secretary,
Okay.
make sure that they know what they're doing
Let's-
before they send out water bills to everybody in town.
Let's,
Everybody gets
let's
free,
discuss
and
the
then
issue.
she has to fix everything.
Do it again.
any other
Have
questions?
you ever made a mistake? Have you ever made a
Okay.
mistake?
Excuse me.
Mary Beth,
I'm asking
I'm
you.
not
Mary Beth,
talking to
we'll-
you, I'm
we'll
talking
handle
to the
this.
council.
We'll handle
We
it.
got it, we got it.
Okay. So the issue is, there's a question about the water bills. We will work on, we'll get them straightened out.
We also used 1,000 in less than 24 hours, according to the bills.
It amazes me that we've all used 1,000 gallons in less than 24 hours, and what are we supposed to pay? Who's
So can we-
the one
I-
that's incompetent?
I can't
Is it
answer
the
any-
water
I cannot
people
answer
that are
any-
reading the
okay.
meters? Is it the secretary?
Alright,
Why wasn't she trained? If she wasn't trained, then that's your guys' fault. You're supposed to make sure that they know what they're doing before
anything
they
else
put out a
there?
bill.
Anything else constructive?
This is constructive. constructive.
The point I'm trying to make is
You are
if there's an
holding
issue.
us, You're
If
gonna
there's-
shut
if
off
there's an
my
issue,
water
we will work it
because
out,
I'm not
but
gonna pay
she
this
doesn't
bill.
need to be treated like this. We
No.
could do this in a decent manner, and we
It's
could
your
handle the issue.
responsibility
Okay.
as the borough
The
council.
forum to do this is not in a council meeting. We
It-
can discuss the issue.
Then where is it
I
to be
understand.
done?
You said there's an issue with the bill. I wrote it down. Well, we're not gonna solve it here. Can we
Where
do
is
this
it? Where is
outside
it to
the
be
meeting?
done? You're her boss. You guys are her boss.
And she just started.
If I was
You
done,
just
if this was done
you
at
just
my job,
notified
I
me.
would have been
Okay.
fired. Or I would have been trained by the person prior. I wouldn't just be thrown into the pool and said, here, figure it out, sink or swim.
That's not,
Okay.
that's not how
That's
it
not how it
was.
works. Okay. Any other comments from the floor?
So you're not
Questions?
going to answer with.
So you're not gonna address the
Can I just
water.
ask
I
one,
don't have the
excuse me, can I
information
just
in front
ask
of
one
me to
question?
make a
I
decision.
also got 2 water bills for
Yes.
a property. Is it my understanding there was a mistake in the way the numbers were, and a second bill had to go out?
There was a mistake, yes.
We
Okay.
got 3.
Okay, well, and I understand that, but what I'm saying is there was a mistake and they're trying to correct that mistake,
That's right.
so I will give you grace
So we
to
understand there's a
figure this out.
mistake, so just,
Will we be
everybody's
charged-
saying, hey, there's an issue. I
Will
understand
we
that.
be
There's an
charged
issue.
late fees?
We will resolve it.
Yeah,
And
That's
if it,
not what
That's
I
not an
asked you.
answer.
I'm trying to answer you.
No, you weren't.
Resolve
If
it.
there's,
How are you gonna resolve it?
Will you charge us a late fee?
That's a
Yes
yes or
or
no
no?
question.
can you silence for a second? I'll answer. If there's an issue in the borough and it was our issue, we will resolve the issue and you will not be charged a late fee. Plain and
Finally, an
simple.
answer from you. I
I
have,
was trying to answer it while you were talking. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes,
How often are the meters read?
monthly.
Okay, every month, because
Yes.
I have one bill that, it had the current reading and, so 2 weeks later, when we, I was looking at the bill, I had Al go down the basement and the meter reading there was 1,000 gallons below what the current reading was.
So she just mentioned there was 1,000 gallons, right?
Well, I'm just
So
saying.
there's probably the same
No,
issue,
no,
only
it's
in the
not 1,000.
opposite.
About that was 716
Okay.
gallons. But when my point is that
Yep.
that was 2 weeks after the meter was read, so it was probably more like 2,000 gallons or so. I don't know, but the meters are not being read. That's my conclusion.
They are being read, but I don't know what your specific example is,
I can
and
show
we'll
you a
have to go
picture
through
of
it.
it.
I mean, there's no point in debating it here.
Well, I can show you a
I mean,
picture.
let's get the bills out, we'll get the bills out in front of the computer and we'll understand what the data is. We gotta look at the data, guys.
I got the data.
I
Okay,
have another question. There are several, I have a neighbor with at least 3 or 4 illegal vehicles, junk vehicles parked in his yard that have been there for years. I have been around town and seen several more of them. What are we doing about it?
so we have a customer complaint form in the office. All
Okay,
complaints logged in on that form, and we will go through it and sort it. I have not heard a complaint at all about cars. So let's get it written up and we'll go through it.
you know where I'm talking about. You all know where I'm talking about.
So is there any concern or question on the process, what the process is?
No, I know what the process is, it just needs to
Okay.
be done.
Right, I agree, right. Okay. Anything else?
Well, back to the reader meetings, I get 2 bills, right, or 2 different.
You have 2 accounts?
houses. Okay, but the
Or
point.
2
2 different houses, okay?
accounts?
So for there's months, it's not possible to use the exact same amount of gallons per month, more than 1 month. And I have 2 bills that exhibit that one place used 2,100 gallons more than 1 month, and then the other one used 24. How is that possible? Mathematically, it's impossible. And I believe that even last year I had more bills that way because I remember paying exactly the same amount 2 months in a row. The meters are not being read. If they are, they're not being read properly. I can show you the proof some other time,
Let's,
okay?
yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. Could we, this sign out front, could we seriously talk about repairing that, fixing it, looking at a new one. If we're
Yes.
doing everything and moving into this building, that would be a,
So here's the challenge, we need someone working on it. So,
where there's a contractor. You guys voted on that.
no, and by what I mean is, on the council here to lead the project. That's what we want. So,
I got something on that, that was already voted upon, repair. so
yeah, I'm
it's already
trying to,
voted
we
now.
tabled it, I'm trying to
It
get
wasn't.
it.
We got a quote and we stopped.
Yeah,
Why?
Someone wants to volunteer from the council to head up the project, we could do that.
I would as best I can, I can't guarantee a lot of time. Then I'm not here doing that,
Alright,
but I'd like you to find out. Oh, I know.
Gonna get a second quote or something.
Yeah, I know there was one quote, for sure.
One was real high, wasn't it?
yes, no.
And then we were looking at something.
Change her process or something.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so, Cindy, wanted to volunteer, from the council to work on the sign project. Is there anybody else from the council that wants to assist? I wanna make that a motion, I guess?
You can just ask me to do the favor and I'll do the favor.
Alright, how about that?
Do
Okay,
the favor.
appreciate that.
She is.
So let's get the file, you said there's a file, we'll share that information. Okay.
What materials to use or something, if I remember right, by those tables.
Okay. Anything else from the council? All right, a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Hang on.
Do something in executive session, or we're gonna?
What's the topic? Oh.
If you want to harass about a month, that's fine.
Yeah, let's, all right, so Michelle made a motion to adjourn, is there a second?
Cindy?
Cindy seconded it. Roll call vote,
Yes.
myself, yes. Michelle,
Yes.
Cleo, Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
all right, meeting adjourned at 8:08. Thank you.
I don't care. Not even a little bit. My phone don't.
I don't know if I've met you. Tom Howe, Anthony Urbano.
Yeah, I live in house.
Okay, okay. Oh, yes, okay, yeah. I don't live here, I own a few properties here.
Okay.
Which you're in front of, by the way.
Oh, I'm
Just so
sorry.
you know, it's okay, you're okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I have bought a few really run-down homes and trying to fix them and. I'm a building contractor, so I don't do them all myself, but I know where you live. That was a cool house.
I'm sure you can't hear me.
All right, does that still have the gas lighting? It used to have gas. Okay, it used to have a lot of gas lighting in there. It takes time. Yeah, so where are you from, man?
in New York mostly.
I did college, went to a going away party for a young man going into the Air Force. And I'm a part-time pastor, and I actually got to do, a friend of mine, who, his dad lives over here in town, his retirement from the Air Force.
They make those nice.
You know, they really do. I had to go down, it used to be in Fort Dix, but the Air Force base right there. Oh, yeah, yeah. Good. Well, hey, it's a pleasure meeting you. Hopefully I'll see you around. Excuse me. Okay. Or they could even just go out the side there.
You okay? I get you all the time. You guys know I live stream in and out for my safety. Good gosh.
Now my other daughter's gonna call me and she'll say, Mom.
You're probably. Oh, sorry. On you. Good gosh. Careful. Sorry.
I heard that you had somebody coming after you too.
I am yeah, but I'm not overly
Mr. Zimmerman.
Oh, listen.
He came after me. I'm like,
You have to let me get all the way out
Yeah.
first. All right. I didn't realize this was this tight of a squeeze because
Yeah.
I don't be taking the ramp. I take the stairs.
It is not AJ compliant.
I can take the stairs as long as I got a railing.
It has to be 180 inches, so you can
Yeah. You can't. Yeah. Wow. Huh. Barry would never fit through that.
I'm just
Like just the door. I mean, he would be the one guy who could be like, dude, this don't work.
The complaint's been submitted.
Okay, let me put my shit in my car. All right, you guys, that's it. That was pretty good timing as far as battery and how long. Wow, feels. I'm sorry. Yeah, I take my mask off when I get out here. Left the light on. All right, y'all. Have a lovely night. We'll catch you soon. Thanks, Anna. Stay warm, guys. All right, bye. Oh, thank your neighbor. Check your neighbors. Thank veteran. All the good stuff. And it's too dark to show you the sign because it's really friggin' dark out here. All right.